Hello. Good evening, ladies. Good afternoon. Hello. Hi, Sydney. Hi, India. I've got both here, like, half is Sydney and half is India. Hi, ladies. How are you doing? Hi, ladies. Sorry, just got disconnected at the other end. I'm trying this one. Hope it should work. Hi, Pooja. Are you able to join me? I'm so sorry. Hi, ladies. Whilst she's trying to join in, I'll just do my normal things. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. I can see one. Hi, Vasanti. Thank you for joining in. We need more people. Come on, tap, tap. Hi, Asha. Thank you for joining in. Hi, Asha. Thank you. I think my mom was talking to your mom just a while ago. My mom has plenty of time to talk to everyone. I wish I had that time. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for joining in. Would you try and join in? I hope you can. So how was your day, Vasanti? And how was your day, Asha? All good? Hi. Come on, I need more people. So how was your International Women's Day? Did you all celebrate? Did you all get to celebrate? I'm so sorry. Come on, ladies. Can you join in? Oh, I need more people. I'm just waiting for Pooja to join me as well. We were just chatting and it just got disconnected. I don't know why. It just got disconnected. I have got no reason why it disconnected me. Anyway, come on, ladies. It's Wholesome Wednesday. I need more people to join in. I want more people. 5. Excellent, excellent. I'll try and invite you, Pooja, again. But since I have already sent, I don't know whether it lets me do it again. I don't know. Hi, Amita. Thank you for joining in. I've already sent it, Pooja. I don't know. It doesn't let me do again. It's so strange. First of all, it just got disconnected for no particular reason. And now it's not letting me add. Okay, I'll just start the session, Pooja. Try and see, figure it out. Her gorgeous mom was also there, and my mom was also there. I insisted her to join her, and just disconnected. Hi, Shantana. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. I'll just start the session, and then gradually, probably Pooja's mom and Pooja will join in. Otherwise, I'll let Pooja start her own session, which she's prepared to. Well, anyway, I've got my gorgeous mom, and Pooja also has her gorgeous mom who's just landed from India just last week. So I thought, like, both the moms together would make a perfect pair here to celebrate International Women's Day with our parents as well. It was excellent to see her. But anyway, she will be watching, and perhaps we'll try and catch up her on the screen very soon, right? I'm sure all the women in this group would have had a fantastic day celebrating International Women's Day. And the theme is, for the current year, it's Break the Bias. So, which is environment free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination. A world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive. A world where difference is valued and celebrated. So we can all do, it's just small steps to be taken, starting from home, school, colleges, universities, communities, workplaces, and together we all can break the bias. And this can only be achieved by inspiring and uplifting each other, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, sex, gender, color, nationality, age, disability, and race. There's a whole range of spectrum up there. So we can all do it. And I have got your Happy Women's Day for the beautiful women who are watching. Absolutely, absolutely watching, as well as, you know, in the group as well, who will be tuning in a bit later. So Happy Women's Day there. Thank you, Rohit, for joining in. Thank you, Meena Srinivasan. Hari Om. Thank you. And I have one of our friends, a male friend, obviously. No help. Sorry, Facebook is tricky. Pooja Sethi is saying, I know we will wait, Pooja. Just in case if it's not letting you for another few minutes, I will let you start your own session, and you will be the boss of hypnotherapy there. And I'll be prompting you with questions. Let us see what's in store for us. All right. So I have one of our friends, of course, male friend here. I wish to take his name, Ramesh Senthabinnur. And he's very good and poetic as well. On the occasion of International Women's Day, he wrote this Kannada poem, and I'll read out the English translation of that as well for those who cannot follow Kannada. And he wrote, Stree, ತಾನೇ ನೊಂದು ಬೆಂದರು ತನ್ನ ಶಿಶುವಿನ ನೋವು ದೂರ್ಪಡಿಸುವಳು ಆ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ. ತನ್ನ ಜೀವನವನ್ನೇ ಗಂಧದ ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆಯಂತೆ ಸವಿಸಿದರೂ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಶೀತಲತೆಗೆ ಸುಖ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಪರಿಮಳ ನೀಡುವಳು ಆ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ. ಮಾತೆ ಮಮತೆಯಿಂದ ಮೊದಲ್ಗೊಂಡ ಮಮಕಾರ ಪತಿಯ ಪ್ರೇಮದ ಸೇತುವೆಯಿಂದ ಸೌಹಾರ್ದತೆಯ ಸಂಕೇತವಾಗುವಳು ಆ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ. ಸಹನಶೀಲತೆಯ ಚಿಹ್ನೆಯಾಗಿ ಮುಗುಳ್ನಗೆಯ ಮುತ್ತು ಧರಿಸಿ ನೌಕೆಯ ನಾಯಕಿಯೂ ಎಂಬಂತೆ ಕುಟುಂಬವೆಂಬ ನೌಕೆಯ ಹುಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅಲೆಯಲೆಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಚಲಿಸುವಳು ನೌಕೆಯ ಆ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ. ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಎಂಬ ಪದ ಒಂದಾದರೂ ಸಂಸಾರದ ಹಲವಾರು ಪದವಿಗಳನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿ ಸಂಸಾರದ ಸಾರವಾಗುವಳು ಆ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ. Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful poem here. And the English version, and you know that he said that's what we men, spelled WE-men, which is in brackets women, WOMEN, describe our women. So it was such a nice gesture. So the equivalent of English one is women, even when she herself is in pain and grief, she ensures her child's pain and misery are dissipated. Akin to sandalwood, even though her own life goes through attrition and suffers while wearing away like sandalwood, she ensures the family receives the cool, placid fragrance of life. What begins as the mother's adoration transcends into the bridge of love with the husband, and thus becomes an icon of cordial relationship. Being a symbol of tolerance with a charming smile, she navigates the ship of the family like the captain of a ship amidst many a wave. The word woman is a single term. However, she earns many a title in the family, thus becoming the very essence of the family. So that was a beautiful, beautiful tribute by one of our friends. And I just thought this is just a perfect platform to share, just because we celebrated the International Women's Day yesterday. And it's just one day after. So it's such a nice one. So I'm sure you all would agree with this, right? So your comments are highly, highly appreciated. And I will pass on those comments to him So he will be delighted. In fact, he also wrote another poem, like I think I would have read it all. It was all about sari, and he has done a beautiful tribute to the sari as well as the women. So hats off to him. Anyway, now coming to my usual routine, happy birthdays. I have got Geeta Madhu, Anita Krishna, who is my cousin there, celebrating her birthday, Shobha Harisarvotham, and Geeta Madhu. And for all the ladies, gorgeous ladies who celebrated their birthday from last week up until today, again, wishing you all a very, very happy birthday. So I've got a few of the ladies who have joined in. Oh, that's excellent to know. Manjula, thank you so much for joining in. Uma Raja, thank you so much. Revati, thank you. Pallavi, thank you. Gayatri, thank you so much. Shobha Hari, thank you. And Uma Raja is wishing Happy Women's Day to all. Yes, it's a way to celebrate the Women's Day. Pratibha, thank you so much for joining in. And we all talk about national, not we, I always talk about national days. Today it's interesting. It is the National Get Over It Day. It is such a perfect one. I hadn't heard of this, a Get Over It Day. So if you're done and dusted with something, just get over it. If you had a fight, if you had a laugh, whatever it is, just get over it and just move on in life. So what else you can do? So just get over it. And the next one, meat lovers. This is the National Meatball today. I didn't know there were so many types of meatballs. It's the spaghetti meatballs, Swedish meatballs, meatball sub, meatball pizza, turkey meatballs, lamb meatballs, porcupine meatballs, which is actually made with rice. And the list is endless. And the next one is the crab lovers. It's the National Crab Meat Day. So I think it's one of the expensive foods. So if you are a crab lover, just go and celebrate that. And the next one, I think all the ladies who have little girls will relate to this. And I have never played with one because I never had the opportunity, and it wasn't there when probably it was there when I was born, but it wasn't available in India at that time. When I was little, it is the National Barbie Day. So all the ladies who have had little kids, in the recent years, I won't say recent years, maybe 20 years ago, yes, you all can relate to Barbie, isn't it? I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. So that's what it is. So celebrate Barbie. And in fact, Barbie has transformed and taken transformations in so many costumes. And I just love the Barbie in our Indian outfit. I think there are about half a dozen different varieties available, or maybe more, but I have seen half a dozen of them. Oh, just beautiful, beautiful attires there. So now coming to hypnotherapy, Pooja says still no help in joining. The option is saying unable to join at this time. I have tried Pooja. Interestingly, it doesn't let me. I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give the intro of yours, and I'll close the session and you start your own session. And obviously, you will be giving me all the details of hypnotherapy and what I'm meant to ask you. So I'll be prompting you with questions, all right? So before that, I'll just introduce Pooja. Pooja, I came to know Pooja from one of the groups, and we have met several times. And we're a very good friend now, and she is into clinical hypnotherapy, and she's also a relationship coach. And today's session, as I mentioned, it's all about hypnotherapy. So allow yourself to see what you don't allow yourself to see. Like, that's the kind of slogan which goes with hypnotherapy. And hypnosis is also referred to as hypnotic suggestion or as hypnotherapy. And it is a trance-like state in which one has heightened focus and concentration. Hypnosis is usually done with the help of a therapist using verbal repetition and mental images. So presenting Mrs. Pooja Sethi, a family relationship coach and trainer, running her own, the Relationship Transformation Academy, with her partner to help couples, families deal with their conflicts, stress, anxiety, and emotions. Also to increase kids' focus and performance, increase their love, joy, and fulfillment to yet another new level. She is a clinical hypnotherapist and helps people to get rid of stress, anxiety, depression, and any bad habits. Modern hypnotherapy can effectively treat a range of emotional, psychological, and physical problems. It's a way of becoming aware of whatever is blocking you from leading a fulfilled and rewarding life by becoming conscious of the thoughts and behavioral patterns that restrict and severely inhibit you. You can find self-confidence and balance in yourself and restore direction in your life. It is also very different to classical hypnotherapy, whereby the client goes into a very deep state of trance and remembers very little from what happens in that session. Modern hypnotherapy works with a type of trance which is simply a combination of relaxation and focused attention. And it is one of the most effective ways to tackle stress, anxiety, phobias, and a range of other issues. Their primary concern is to achieve the change you are seeking in order to improve your quality of life, and Performance Recovery Clinic has the potential to do that. So for some reason, the system is not letting me bring Pooja. In fact, we did have a chat to her just prior to the session, but the system is not allowing me. I have to apologize. So stay tuned. Pooja is going to start her own session, and she will try and bring me on the frame if possible. Otherwise, she will be talking to us all about hypnotherapy. All right, stay tuned. Just don't run away. Another session will be followed as soon as this is done. Thank you, ladies. Oh, by the way, I forgot about the saris today. I'm so sorry. I was just concentrating on how to bring Pooja. Right, today's sari. Mom's sari is an art silk sari, but it looks amazing. The colors are bright purple and yellow. And mine is a bit of purple and gray and white. It is a Chanderi cotton sari. Chanderi saris are from Madhya Pradesh, and they are known for either cotton silk, cotton or pure silk saris. Very sheer texture, and it seems so the Chanderi, which is a small town in Madhya Pradesh, has so many looms, and each artisan own about half a dozen looms. So one of the noisiest places there. I haven't been there, so wish I could, or wish probably that wish will be probably next time when I visit India. So those are the saris from Chanderi. So saying that, I'm going to finish this off. Stay tuned. Another session will be starting very soon. Please don't run away. I'll join you all. Thank you.
Okay, so we are back again. Sorry. Again, we got some problems, landed into the terrible times today. But that's fine. We are back. And yeah. So I was asking you the question, what about hypnotherapy? Does it ring a bell in your mind? Do you feel any problem? Do you feel any concern with this one? So if so, then today is your awareness session as well, because this is not the traditional hypnotherapy or traditional hypnosis that we have been hearing from the past and from our previous experiences. But we can say it's modern hypnosis, modern hypnotherapy, and it is very much used for the therapeutic experiences. So let me start with, because I am also using the words hypnosis and hypnotherapy interchangeably. So first of all, I would like to make the difference between what is hypnosis and what is hypnotherapy. So hypnosis is a considerate state of mind that involves like focused attention on one thing. When you are fully aware or focused on one thing, then you are already in the hypnosis state, and that's a state. Mind my words, this is state, and that is a very much naturally occurring state, because when you are reading the book, you are reading 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, and you don't know how much time you have spent in reading the book. And when you realize, oh, 1 hour has already passed, I didn't know that, I didn't realize that, how come that is happening? And the same thing happens with your driving the car. Let's say you start the car and you go 2 hours, 3 hours of distance, and suddenly you turn off your music system, you start listening to your music and you are enjoying in the car, and every moment it just passed by so quickly, and then you realize, oh my god, we have already covered the distance so quickly. So these states we already experience all the time, we already enjoy, and that's the state of heightened focused awareness, and that is what we call hypnosis. We almost stay in this state for couple of minutes, couple of hours every day. It's a naturally occurring state. And if you ask me now, what is hypnotherapy? Hypnotherapy is a therapeutic environment where we use this naturally occurring state to guide you on the path of healing, to make you relax and to heal your problems, to heal your wounds, traumas, or any negative emotions that you may be feeling. Let's simply take the example of stress and anxiety. When we are focused on one task or one goal that we want to achieve in our life, that state is called hypnosis state. But when we use this state for the purpose of some therapy, then it is defined as the hypnotherapy. I hope this is now clear to you. But now coming to my first question, as I started the question, the word hypnotherapy itself is not widely accepted even right now, because I am a clinical hypnotherapist, so I see these clients, this questions, these problems, these concerns or objections all the time. So first and the foremost thing, let's clear the word itself. Whenever I use or anyone use the word hypnosis or hypnotherapy, it is considered as the state of unconsciousness, when the person will do things out of their will, I'm not intended to do something, but still somebody will make me do those things. If this is your perception, or you know someone who has gone through this, then this is the time to break that perception, because that's the biggest myth of hypnotherapy. And the answer of this myth is that hypnotherapy rarely, mind my words again, rarely involves the loss of consciousness. All hypnosis is the self-hypnosis. Yes, really. Trust me, this is very easy to say, but very, very hard fact as well. This is 100% true that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. It may look like people that they are forced into the trance states, but actually we are utilizing, as a clinical hypnotherapist, we are utilizing that state of the mind to go inside your mind and to heal you on your root causes. And it simply means the capacity to suspend all the cultural beliefs that you are facing, all the conscious biases that you are facing inside your mind, and your mind starts accepting the suggestions of hypnotherapy, of healing, of the cure, and you are making the choices on the wider level. It's a conscious self decision that we choose. Let's take an example. I have my phone here with me. If I ask you, I'm sure you must be having your phones or pen or cup or glasses with you, whatever object is around you in this moment, I ask you to try to pick up that object. Try to pick up that object. Let me try. with you, I'm trying to pick up this object. This is in my hands. I picked this object because my mind gave me the suggestion to pick it up. My mind accepted the fact that let's do it. If I ask you to close your eyes now, just for a second, nobody is going to do anything, no harm, nothing. Just close your eyes now. Did you close your eyes? If the answer is yes, then your mind gave you suggestion that there is no harm in closing the eyes. Let's close the eyes and see what happens. So that is your mind accepting it. But at the same time, if you choose to not close your eyes when I said so, that means you decided to reject my suggestion. No matter how good hypnotherapist I am, no matter how much result I am producing, but if you don't do it, it won't bring the result. So this is myth number 1 that we are breaking today, that if hypnotherapy makes you do something unconsciously or forcing you to do something, that's not true. Absolutely not in the modern hypnotherapy clinical settings. So I definitely wanted to raise this point. This is one of the major complication and objection I hear every single time. What would happen? What would I need to do? Would you do something voodoo magic with me? Nothing. Everything is inside you. You are just giving me access to give the right suggestions to heal your mind, to heal your problems. Before I speak again, let me quickly go through with the comments and see what are your questions and concerns or anything that you would like to raise. So just 1 second, bear with me. Yeah, I hope you can all hear me. Okay, Ratan, hello, thank you for joining. Okay, so good. Now, moving ahead with the hypnotherapy questions, or another question I've been asked all the times, is hypnotherapy safe? That's a good question. I'm sure you must be wondering about this too. That is hypnotherapy safe? Okay. So the first premise of all the therapy, including hypnotherapy, is the talk therapy. We are just talking. We are not giving any medicine. We are not prescribing anything. So hypnosis is the safe and the effective method. Rather, being a clinical hypnotherapist and being a part of the Australian Hypnotherapy Association, I would say arguably it is the most effective method of helping people to bring out of their stuck state. There are no drugs, there are no medicines, there are no risk of overdoses, and there are no side effects as marked on the label. So hypnotherapy is 100% safe. Now you may be wondering and thinking where this hypnotherapy may be helping with. Hypnotherapy is a best tool of changing attitudes. Whenever you come with your mindset, your family mindset, your children mindset, they are watching too much of TV, or they are not eating particular objects, any perceptions, any beliefs, any behaviors, any issues with your mindset, attitude, perceptions or behaviors can be treated with hypnotherapy. It can be effective in a large medical and psychological issues as well, such as asthma, chronic pains, fears and phobias, smoking, alcohol quitting, insomnia, panic attacks, stress, migraines, obesity, weight loss, sleep disorders, sleep problems, even sexual problems. We go through a lot of things, but we don't talk about it. I recently been through a lot of side effects from the COVID vaccination. Some of you from this group as well might know about what I have gone through. But whatever I have gone through, I did self hypnotherapy, and every single moment it helped me recovering from my day problems. Whatever I was going through, it helped me. I'm sitting here, standing nowadays every day doing my all the jobs just because of this tool what I have in my hands. Even as I said, this is helpful in chronic pains as well. I have one of the client. She said, yes, Hemajit, you said the right. I do self hypnosis, absolutely. I daily do self hypnosis with me before I go to bed, before I sleep. For everything, whatever has happened in the day, was it in my favor or was it not in my favor, whatever negative emotions I may have generated during the daytime, I use the self-hypnosis to cut the threads, to let go of the emotions on daily basis, so I can sleep a peaceful sound sleep in the night, and my mind can recover and heal from any problems that body might be generating. So I was explaining you the case of my client with a chronic pain. She is a lady of I would say 69 years old. She has in the calf muscles, she had the pain, and the pain was persisting from, I would say, last 50 years. When she was like 13 or 14 years old, her dad passed away, and being the eldest in the siblings group, she was responsible to take care of the family members. She held so much of weight on her shoulders. She was always on the top of on her tiptoes for the family, for the siblings. She gave up her studies as well. So she didn't completed her grief of losing her father, and that created the pains in the calf muscles that she was carrying for last 50 years. I'm speaking from my recent experience, 50 years, and I was so much surprised to see that lady. She's very highly educated, very fluent in English, very kind of academic person, I would say. I was very more motivated with her, and when I worked with her and we released her grief pending from the last 50 years, her calf muscle pain went away. It completely vanished. And that's what our mind is capable of. We don't understand the power of it. We don't understand what we can achieve with this mind, with this state, with this therapy. But we are already blessed and abundant in this therapy by ourselves. We just need to find the right approach and the right people. Okay, I have a question or comment from Suma Khati. Thanks for the explanation so far. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. I know this may be a question with no specific answer, but generally, how long do you need to work with someone to see the results? For example, problem with the addictions. Okay, so that's you said it right, because it might not be the straight and specific answers for your questions, but you gave me the right hint over there. Addictions. So addictions take quite more time than any normal problem. So when I start with one session, but over the period of 3 to 5 sessions, you will start getting the results. And in case of addictions, it usually goes up to the maximum 12 sessions. But again, depending upon the problem, the addiction, how old is the addiction, what kind of severity the addiction is producing, we need to find a couple of the causes, the roots, the environment conditions, and then we bring the client into the results. And this is a naturally occurring relaxation and trance state. You may be wondering what actually happens during hypnosis. This is a question in your mind, isn't it? do let me know your thoughts, your questions with your comments, so I can see what you are getting. There should be a result outcome of this session. You are spending time, I'm spending time, so we should be getting at least some information, awareness, or something out of this session. That's my objective for this session. At least I should be able to contribute something in some way. So please let your comments be there. Any questions, any suggestions, any feedbacks, let me know. Now, as I was asking you, what actually happens during hypnotherapy? Hypnotherapy happens when your therapist will guide you with the state of trance, and in the modern hypnotherapy settings, we call it as the relaxation state. Relaxation state is you just will be asked to close your eyes and just listen to what your therapist is saying. In that case, we allow the conscious mind to give the handover to the unconscious mind by entering into the focus state. And when we are into the focus state, then our awareness remains active all the time. And when it is active all the time, we can access you and me together. You and me, like the client and the therapist together, can access the incredible resources available to you, and that is at the unconscious level. And it allows the change for the negative habits, the thinking processes, the addictions, or anything that you are here for. We will allow the changes on the subconscious level. So we are not working on the symptoms, we are working on the root causes, we are working on the origination of the problem. And honestly, it's a slightly different experience in hypnotherapy, and majority of the people notice themselves feeling incredibly relaxed. It's like a pleasant daydream kind of experience. Wow, what a dream it was. I just had a nap of 40 minutes and it was awesome. That kind of experience you will get. And all the changes happens at the unconscious level, and based on the agreement between the client and the therapist, the client may remember or forget what we have taught. If you will, if you want that you would want to remember the suggestions or what happened during it, we will give the suggestions that it should always be in your access, so you can remember it. Okay, it is okay. Before I move ahead, I have two questions there. Let me go there first. Soma, thank you for answering that. I'm curious to know what happens during a seizure session. That's what I was saying. I hope I answered your question. I'll put some more light over there just after this question. Emma, relaxation trance. How long does it take to go into relaxation stage? Okay. Relaxation state comes very quickly. You just need two things. One thing, readiness. If you are ready to make the change, relaxation state will come very easily, like in the blink of the eyes. Second thing, you are in a good rapport or in a good relationship with your therapist. Client and the therapist relationship is good. In that case, relaxation comes if I say you close your eyes and you will be relaxed. It happens so quickly, within a blink of eyes. Even that is a part of our process, that I will say close your eyes, put your hands down, and you will be closed and relaxed. And then the positive changes happen. But as I said, your readiness should be there. And remember, we talked about the myth. Remember, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I cannot make you do things. If you come to me and say, do hypnosis to me, I won't be able to do it. It is a do with process, not do to process. I hope I make the distinction clear between these two. So you need, it's okay. Let me give you another example. It's like driving a car or driving a bus. Let's say, for the sake of better understanding, you are the driver of your bus. I am just the conductor. I will be there to help you, to coach you on which direction you are going. Is it the right direction for the future goals that you have set? Is it not the better goal? But ultimately, the steering wheel is in your hands. So remember this point. Once this point is clear and you are ready, you are definitely going to go straight into the questions. The relaxation, sorry. Okay. Amita Puchaji, is self-hypnosis possible? 100% it is possible, self-hypnosis. And I always teach self-hypnosis to my clients as well. Because for the moment when they are with me, I am suggesting the changes to happen in their mind. But when they go in their normal environment, in their home, in their places where they belong, they get the same conditions, and my changes may take a longer time to reflect in that process. So what I teach, I coach them, I teach them some techniques of self-hypnosis, and so when they are about to sleep, they get into the sleeping state easily by hypnotizing themselves, like yourself, and put the positive suggestions in place. I hope I answered your question, Amita. If you have anything else, please do let me know. So coming back to the question that Suma asked, what happens? I was explaining that before these comments. So when we put the client into the trance or the relaxation state, then we put the suggestions in place. Suggestions for what we agreed upon, what we want to change in the life. I recently have worked with a client of 11-year-old boy, again from here Sydney, and he is a fuzzy eater. He doesn't eat, I think, 4 or 5 foods. I remember he eats one type of dal. He eats, like, I just don't remember from the top of my head, but he used to eat only 5 types of food, and that is his problem from age 1 till this point, age 11, and over the period of last 10 years he has not eaten anything other than 5 those items. Can you believe that? This is true. And when I tried to get in touch with his unconscious mind, he told me that he has an experience of when he was 1 year of age. That time he has he put his hand into some mashed potato, and he had that kind of yucky feeling, sticky feeling, and that sticky feeling gave him some negative suggestion to his mind that he doesn't want to eat anything again. He doesn't want to try new foods at all. So in that case, we put him into the trance relaxation state, and we gave suggestions, and he's just recently gone to India. He's from an Indian family. He has gone to India, and over there he ate everything. Would you believe he ate everything? Chana, dal, roti, and everything what we eat in our normal Indian life, Indian routine. He ate everything, and that's when her mom came back, she said, "Pooja, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough." So this is the power of our own unconscious mind that we have already inside. We just don't realize it. We have that kind of curtains on the top of it. We can't realize it. But there is one difference I would like to highlight here. Suggestion therapy is different than hypnotherapy. Suggestion therapy always works on the symptoms, works on the problems, what you are saying. I don't feel good, I'm not feeling good, I don't feel like eating. Okay, don't eat this, drink this. We are working on that kind of suggestions. But hypnotherapy works on the root causes of the problem. Let's take an example of anxiety. When someone comes to me and presents herself or himself with anxiety, they describe their symptoms in terms of their racing heart or shortness of breath or pounding head or maybe sweating or feeling dreadful all the time. It's like flight or the fight response. If you understand, when some problem comes to our mind, either we try to escape from it or we try to fight from it, and in both the conditions we get this kind of symptoms. So if they have these symptoms of anxiety because some inner conflict is happening, something is happening inside them which they can't control, and when we can't control this inner conflict, that all these symptoms what I said to you will start coming into the picture. Okay, now if I ask you to take a look on the unconscious mind now, let's take another example of tying our shoelaces. When I ask you to tie your shoelaces, do you do it consciously or unconsciously? Like, I need to pick one lace, pick another lace, do this, do this. Oh my God, right or wrong? So we don't do the shoelaces tie process consciously because we have learned about it over the period of time, and our mind is programmed to do it in a way that we just click it and tie. Our muscles move, finger muscles, brain muscles, hand muscles, arm muscles, they move in a way that the laces are done appropriately without even a single thought, a single question. But think about it. When I ask you to tie your shoelaces with your conscious mind, then you will pick one, how much higher, then you pick one and you try to knot. Isn't it a big hassle? And the same thing occurs with the anxiety that we were talking about earlier. So we find ourselves into the situations when the symptoms comes into place, when the root causes come into place. So the suggestion therapy works on the symptoms, and the hypnotherapy works on the root causes. Okay, back to the comments. Where we are, Himaji, it's like sowing the seed, watering it so that it can germinate and grow into the healthy plant. Absolutely, you well said. Hypnotherapy on the other hand is like the weeding the garden so that you can remove any unwanted plants and weeds. Absolutely right. And that's what I was saying earlier, that I do my self-hypnosis every night before going to sleep, and that's such a powerful tool. I feel that's a very sacred tool to me, so I can use it for my own detoxification. Every moment our mind is flooded with the information from social media, from conversation, from WhatsApp, from group chat, from this, from that, from clients. Especially for the people like us, we take energies from the negative people all the time. So it's very important for all of us, including you as a normal people, to learn the tools so we can get rid of everyday anxiety or the negativity on the moment. So well said, unwanted plants or the weeds removal process. Ratan, you are right. Always having some doubt, somebody do something to your mind. That's the myth. Unfortunately, that's what we have seen in the past, so I agree. Hema, unconscious mind taking on, yes. How do you train the mind? Okay, so that's the process of learning the skills. So we have couple of tools that we teach, because as a part of the academy we have programs, and we have one-to-one and the group coaching programs where we talk about relationship issues, not only about the couple relationship but about the family relationships as well, relationship between your in-laws, relationship with your children, teenage boys, teenage girls, how you want to do, what you want to do. And then we have programs for the hypnotherapy. I am an master trainer of hypnotherapy, certified from American Board of Hypnotherapy, and I am a clinical member of Australian Hypnotherapy Association, which means I'm authorized to train as well. And then third thing is Neuro-Linguistic programming. You must have heard about it. If not, let me tell you a little bit about it. Neuro-Linguistic programming is as the word says, neuro is how to the neurons of your mind. Linguistic is the language, what kind of language do we use, and programming is of course programming. So the language used to program your mind is NLP. That's what I teach. I have my own academy students who learn with me, who learn with us, and that's a lifetime support we provide to them. And as a part of that language, everyday language matters. Another example, I have one client who says to me, I cannot sleep. Sleeping is so difficult. I just sleep by 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock and I will wake up by 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't know. I just can't sleep. And every day I said to her, that lady, that this time when you go to bed, let me know what thoughts come into your mind. She said, I just pray to God that I don't wake up at 2 a.m. So now what she is asking for, I don't wake up at 2 a.m. which means she is asking for what she don't want. It's a negative motivation of attracting what you want. That's a kind of programming her mind is doing. So if I say I wake up at 5 a.m. or I would like to wake up at 5 a.m. I would say, thank you God for this perfect sleep, and I would like to sleep at 10 and wake up at 5 with a proper sound sleep. You see the difference between two languages? One person says, I don't want to wake up at 2 a.m. Other person says, wake up at 5 a.m. So that's the language we use to program. We have one comment here from Himaji, using positive affirmation. This is a positive affirmation, but positive affirmations does not work on your past. If you are carrying something from your past, the traumas or some beliefs that are not serving you in this moment, you would need some kind of therapy first to let go of that and then train the mind using the positive language or the positive affirmations. And the kind of language that I am talking about in the reference of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, is not only about positive affirmations. It is a little bit more than the positive affirmations. It's about day-to-day language. What do I need to say? Another example is, if you ask me, why would you like to do it? If you are asking me with the question why, probably my mind start rejecting this question. It's a everyday question, but this happens. This is a true and hard fact that I must raise today. This language, if you ask with a question why, the other person's mind will start rejecting it straight away. So in that case, we train the person to choose the questions in a way that it doesn't start with why. It starts with what, how, or maybe some other better phrases. So it's a little different than affirmations as well. Another question from Amita. Is it hard to come back from subconscious mind to normal state? How long it takes to train your mind? First question, is it hard to come back from the subconscious mind? No. No matter how deep you go, how far you go, you are always connected with your therapist. So if therapist says to you, usually this is what we do, over the count of 5, I will ask you to come back now into the normal state. So 5, you are getting aware of the state. 4, you are coming back to the normal. 3, you are feeling the pressure of your chair. 2, 1, back to the room, eyes open, white state. Yes, you are back. It's that easy. Besides, you are in the hands of the good therapist. We'll talk about it in one moment. Another question you had is how long it takes to train the mind. It depends what and where you want to start with. If you want to start with just basic kind of information, we teach NLP 7 days program that runs every day, kind of 9 to 6, morning to evening, and every day we talk about new technique, new tool, and the new approach, and we talk about how to change your past beliefs and be ready for the future by training your mind in the new ways. So that's a 7-day program for NLP practitioner courses. If you talk about hypnotherapy, you want to learn about self-hypnosis, you want to help people, you want to help your family members, then we'll start with a 3-day course. That's a 3-day, like 9 to 6 types, full day with us. That's a 3-day course. But that's just the basic one. After that, if you are targeting the professional courses, then probably you might need to upgrade to the next level, to next level, and to next level. But that depends upon where you want to achieve, what you want to achieve with this one. If it is only for the self awareness and self governance or improvement, then probably 7 days of NLP program and the 3 days of hypnotherapy is good enough for you to start. If you want to start as a profession, then definitely I would recommend something else to you as well. So yeah, that's one thing. It's already 9:04. Hemaj, you give me a signal when you want me to stop, because I have plenty of information to share. If you won't ask me to stop, I will keep on adding new things, new questions, new concepts into this one. So please keep me updated with the time. Thank you, Amita, for your question and your feedback. Okay, now coming to the question that we were talking about with Amita on your question, like the right therapist. So we definitely need to, first of all, hypnotherapy is an unregulated field in Australia at this point in time. Even in India, it's not very well regulated. So there are people out there who have done kind of 3 to 5 days courses and call them hypnotherapist, and that's one of the problem, that short courses are there, but just for the awareness purpose, just for the self consciousness or improvement purpose. That does not emphasize or give you a signal to start working with the clients, I would say. To start working with the clients, you definitely need to be a registered provider. What do I mean by registered provider? First of all, a kind of diploma-like courses are always recommended. As I said, it's not regulated, but it's always recommended. But because when you are a medical professional, when you are a doctor, when you are a psychologist or anything, you seek for that big degree. You practice couple of years and then you start working with the clients, because you understand morally, ethically, it is important to to be with that, to be good with the person who is lying in front of you or who is sitting in front of you. That's a moral obligation we all humans have. So even as a hypnotherapist, I would not recommend to start working with the clients after 3 days of courses. So in that case, start with probably a diploma like of courses. There are plenty of organizations who support the diploma courses. Even I can help you with the diploma courses. My academy is registered with the Australian Hypnotherapy Association. My is registered with American Board of Hypnotherapy as well. So if you have any questions, probably you can talk to me as well. Yeah, there's a question related to that. How does one choose the therapist? That's a good question. That's a very good question, I would say, because hypnotherapist is a kind of navigator. As I said earlier, if you are driving your bus, you are the driver, but we are the coach. You are the captain of the ship, you are the captain of the bus, you are the owner of the bus. So it's not something that you would like to give it to someone who you don't trust. As a navigator, we can plot you, we can coach you to be on the right route, on the right path, to follow the path that is good for you, good for the environment, good for the family around you, and ultimately good for the whole world. But that needs to come on the good agreement between the therapist and the coach. So first of all, do your homework before going to any hypnotherapist, that they should be at least accredited from some good sources. In my case, in Australia, we have Australian Hypnotherapy Association, and they ensure that we spend good amount of time in excelling all our skills. Every week, every month we meet for the peer reviews, we meet for the sessions, we ask questions, we have workshops. So it's really an accredited source that you can trust. Even if you go on Australian Hypnotherapy Association, AHA, you will find my name over there, and you can be, you know, calm and peaceful in your mind that the therapist is good in the way at least registered and accredited from the good sources. Point number 2, in the therapeutic alliance, in the talking settings, it's very important to have a good rapport with your therapist and the client, between the two people actually. If as a person I cannot gel with you, there is no point working together. No matter how good I am in the accreditation or the therapy or in the paperwork, but I won't be able to bring the result that you are looking forward. So it comes down to whether you are good or not, whether you can gel nicely with your therapist and coach settings as well or not, and what are the best qualifications for that therapist. I hope I did answer your question, Himaji. Let me know if you have more questions on this one. Another one, Ratan, thank you for the detailed information. I hope lots of people will be benefited today with the session, Poojaji and Himaji. Thank you so much, Ratan, for your feedback. Lata is saying, continue for some more time. Thank you so much, Lata. I really appreciate your feedback on this one. One more question now that I really wanted to ask in the way like ask you. Do you think there is any kind of setting that hypnotherapy cannot treat? Is there any problem that hypnotherapy cannot treat? Yes, there is definitely a setting that we don't touch, and the state is mental illness. When the people are diagnosed with the mental illness like psychosis, they are definitely not a good candidate for hypnotherapy. So as a therapist, I also have my procedures to start working with person. Before any suggestions, we do a kind of talk therapy, and then from there I choose whether they are the good candidate. If they are not on any medication, mental illness, if they don't have any schizophrenia, psychosis, or any other mental health issues, like for which they are already taking some medication, then probably we start with the hypnotherapy. But not with the psychosis, not with the extreme mental conditions, and not with the schizophrenia, definitely. I have recently like last year to 2021, schizophrenia client, husband-wife relationship issues, but the girl had schizophrenia, and when we got to know about it, we simply said no, we cannot work with it. It's against my ethics. My hands are up. I will not work unethically. If I cannot help with some person, it's out of my scope to work with anyone who is, I will not touch. Simply I will not touch, and that is recommended from the hypnotherapy as well. I definitely not going to work with that person. Nobody will work with that person, that kind of person, schizophrenia, mental illness. But having said that, for any other person walking on the street, hypnotherapy is the safest for stress, anxiety, bad habits, chronic pains, your dental issues, or kids problem, bedwetting, nail biting. You talk about the problem, I can give you suggestions, yes or no. So most of the problems are treatable with hypnotherapy until unless this is extreme mental health conditions. Even the mild range of depression has now proven to be worked with hypnotherapy. So that's definitely a good advancement for the clinical hypnotherapist world as well, I would say. Okay, back to the comments. Ratan, Hima, hypnotists are often known as magicians who can make the client do anything when in trance. Is it right? Um, After this 30-40 minutes of session, do you think this is right? My first and the foremost statement in this session was all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So unless you choose to raise your hand and dance like a monkey, you won't be able to do it. Unless you choose, the client choose. So if as a client I choose, I'm taking myself as a client here, if as a client I choose to stand up now and to do a monkey dance in front of you, when you as a therapist will see me, I will do it. When I will say no, my conscious mind is coming in front of me and saying no, what she's asking me to do. There are many people watching here, so many people in this group. What she's asking me to do? Come on, Pooja. Come on, Hima. Come on, Ratan. Come on, Shantana. This is not good. So I'm not going to do it. So that's how it does work. Magician work only when the client or the candidate let them do what they want to do. And the same thing happens with the stage hypnosis as well. You must have seen a lot of stage hypnosis. In those conditions, what happens? A big crowd is sitting down there in the hall and the magician asks people to come. Okay, I would like these people to come on the stage. People stand up because they choose to stand up. They are listening. They are connected with the hypnotherapist over there. They stand up from the seat, go there up on the stage, and there maybe like 20, 30, 40 people out of the group of 150 or 200. But hypnotherapists choose who is best in listening and understanding my suggestions. And that's the trick we normal people don't understand. Out of those 20 people who have gone on the stage, only 10 will be staying on the stage and the rest 10 will be asked to go back on their seats. Why? Because the chosen 10 are highly suggestible and they are listening, they are accepting every single statement that the hypnotherapist is saying. So if they ask you to raise your hands and do the monkey dance, you will start doing it because you have shown the signs of good understanding and good listening and following the commands as the hypnotherapist is saying to you. That's the difference between the stage hypnosis and the normal hypnotherapy settings as well. That stage hypnosis is purely for the entertainment purpose, while the hypnotherapy is for the healing purposes, is for the like the therapeutic treatments, I would say. So that is, I hope I answered your question on this one. Next one, Hema, yes, it's it. Thank you. Shantana, thank you so much. Pooja, Bhavisha, thank you, Pooja. That's so nice in detail. Uma, thank you very much, Pooja. Thank you so much, ladies, for your continuous feedback and questions and all your comments that is coming. Let them come in. And it's 9:16. Give me a thumbs up if you want me to continue or if you want me to stop. I think it's too late for the Sydney people at least. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you want me to continue? Do you want me to stop here? I can still talk a lot about hypnotherapy. Yeah. Any other questions? Any concerns? One more thing I would like to add here, especially with the hypnotherapy claims that I get. As a registered hypnotherapist, if you have hypnotherapy in your medical insurance, especially in Australia I'm talking about, then you can claim for my services. Just talk to the provider and you can claim for my services as the health fund provider settings. So yeah, that's for the hypnotherapy claims services. I don't know about the India, so don't expect me to answer on India. I do have Indian clients, I do have Zoom sessions, I do have all this, but it's not something that I would not comment on the insurance practice settings, I would say. So over to the questions. Hema, yes, please continue. Okay, I will continue. Quite interesting. A few more minutes. Geeta, great session. Thank you, Geeta. Shantana, yes, please continue. Okay, good. I will continue. You know, we were talking about the myths of hypnotherapy. The number one myth we discussed about forced unconscious thing, and then number two is the do to or do with process. I would share a very interesting client session story with you. A client age approximately 45, 46, a very fat man came to my clinic for hypnotherapy. His problem was that he was losing his job. This is towards the start of 2020, when we started with the COVID hit and we started losing the job, and of course there was a lot of drama going on here and there. So in that session, he came. Just try to imagine the picture with me. That's a funny story, but at the same time very interesting for the myth that we discussed. He came inside my office and he was like, my chairs are like recliner chairs. That's the sitting we do practice. We do recommend in the hypnotherapy setting. So he came with a big belly and his hair is like this, set like this, and he was like, oh, I'm so stressed. Do hypnotherapy with me. Do hypnotherapy with me. Do something with me. Do something here. He sat like this with a big belly up, and he was like, and me and my husband Bharat, we both work together, and sometimes we do take sessions together as well. So we were like, okay, what is this happening? What is this an example of? So this was a complete example of you know, just letting do this thing to me, as if I am a doctor. Give me the injection of stress relief, give me the injection of anxiety relief, and I just need to be fine. We always recommend here clients to work with us to make it an interactive process, so we can work on it together. And every time whenever we were asking some questions to him, he was giving us different kind of examples. So that was a very tricky client. I would say we handled on this myth. And because we always believe that hypnotherapy is just wait and watch what is going to happen, wait and watch. But let me be very clear, hypnotherapy is not a spectator sport. It is an involvement sport. It is a participating sport. So we need to participate, we need to engage, to let go of our own problems. So coming back to the problems that we were talking about, the language programming, every time when we say our family something, we use a kind of, why don't you do this? You should be doing this. You should be doing this. You should be doing this. Every moment we use these kind of words in our settings, in our families as well. But every should is a resistance in the listener's mind. Every but, every why is a resistance to the listener's mind. So whenever we use our language in the family settings, we need to be very mindful of what we are saying. Every should contains a kind of conflict, and that conflict creates an open thread in your mind, and that starts into the stress and anxiety. And in that moment, if we don't do self-hypnosis to cut that thread, it is not going to go anywhere. And you sleep with that open thread. Next day, you know or you don't know, you accept or you don't accept, but the thread is always there until you actually either disagree or agree with that one. So if you are even talking with your husband, let's say talking about buying a new TV, just take a simple example, buying a new TV, agree or disagree. If you are keep on talking on these things like we should buy this brand, this size, this color, this LCD, LED, whatever conversation, that you are not able to come on the agreement, this creates the situation type, this creates a thread and open conversation in your mind, leading towards stress and anxiety. In this case, either come to an agreement, okay, we are happy to buy together on this TV, or we are disagree and we don't want to buy this one, we don't want to go in this direction, let's buy it after 6 months. If you are stuck in between and sleeping with these open thoughts, your unconscious mind will always take the open thread, put it in the back somewhere, and it will always be there in your conflict cupboard. Understand like this, that your mind is like a different cupboard. Your anger has its own cupboard, sadness has its own cupboard, frustration, your threads, your every single emotion has its own cupboard, and whatever comes in will be pushed towards the right. Have you ever faced a situation when you felt something, sadness in your heart, and you felt like, I felt this much sad when I was 10-year-old? Anything like this happened to you earlier? Do let me know. It happens because that sadness what you are facing in this age of 40 is connected with the sadness that you experience in the age of 10. And when the sadness goes in that cupboard, in that wardrobe, the thread gets, the link is activated again, and you start feeling, maybe not remembering the real incident, maybe not remembering that old problem that you faced for that sadness, but you will feel that something like this has happened earlier. So our mind stores all the information, good or bad, but bad because we are, as a human mind, we are more prone to associate, I said, towards the negative emotions, so they make more stronger connections than the positive emotions. So every time you might feel sad, like Lata is just saying, like, I felt sad. Yes, because the sadness cupboard is already having something in that wardrobe, and then when something new as a sadness comes, that gets activated. So with the help of hypnotherapy, what we do is use that cupboard cleanup procedure. Cupboard cleanup with the suggestion therapy, putting you into the relaxation, and then one step by step, it might be a little bit of emotional experience during that time, but still, once you are out of that hypnotherapy, once you are out of that 40 minutes or 50 minutes of session, you will feel relaxed. And that relaxation is not temporary. This relaxation is definitely coming by wiping all your past sadness, clearing everything from the past and getting ready for the new. Just a very personal kind of experience, but definitely I would like to share with you all ladies here. When I started my journey, I was very angry girl, very angry. Like I used to cry a lot and I used to shout a lot. Anything wrong, the cup is not in the right position, why did you put it like this? Why did you kept it like this? Why is it not there? Why it is happening like this? So I used to be a very angry person. When I got in touch with my unconscious mind, with the self-hypnosis that I learned at that time, like 4 or 5 years back, that time when I get in touch with my unconscious mind, I found that the connection of that sadness is coming when I was in my mother's womb. In my mother's womb, when I was probably in the first trimester, my mother faced some kind of anger due to whatever reasons. It's life. We all go through situations at time. So it happened and she felt it, and she genetically transferred that negative emotion to me. Of course, unknowingly, unintentionally and unconsciously. But that has passed on to me, and from that moment onwards, till like 4 or 5 years in the past from now, I used to be a very angry girl or woman. My mother always used to say to me, like, you have pretty big eyes and you really use your eyes in a bad way. So that kind of angry I was in that time. But when I got in touch with that cupboard from that first trimester in the womb of my mom, I removed all the past. And now since that time, touch wood, but I'm the most relaxed, happiest and neutral person, and that's what I'm proud of. That's why I help people to let go of their negative emotions, to know and to tell them that there exists a magic. That magic is all inside us. We are just not aware of what is happening and what do we need to do with that one. So everything is all inside you. It's hypnotherapy is all safe, 100% result proven. It's very easy to do, gives you relaxation experience, no problem with the overdoses and the any complications or any side effects. So why don't you try this one? Not with me, but any good clinical hypnotherapist, if you may find. I'm always open for your suggestions or for your problems, so anytime you can contact me as well. I think I should definitely end this session now, otherwise it will be you will not allow my entry to the group again. Let me go through the comments quickly. Quite interesting. Shantna, please continue. Hema, mine is a blank paper. Yes, it is a blank paper. At the same time, it is already very scratchy paper as well. Very, it's many things are written on this paper, Hemaji, I would say. We don't know about it. We don't understand about it. We just, it's already so much of things are written on it, but apparently it looks so blank. So we start writing again some things, and again something, and a point comes in our life when we feel devastated, like, look what I have done with my life, what I have done with my relationship with myself, with actually my soul. So I just want to say, take care of yourself. That is so much important. So much of important. We take care of our physical health, we take care of our spiritual health by doing pujas every day, going to temple, and I appreciate that. I'm also a very religious person and say thanks to God. But why don't we take care of our emotional health? Why don't we go to the mental health practitioners, hypnotherapists, to take care of our stress, anxiety? We just feel like by talking to someone, if someone will listen to us, we'll feel safe. There is no harm in going out for the help. Please do take care of your mental health as well. This is my last message for the session. I hope the whole session made some point to all of your minds, to all of your lives as well. And at any point in the future as well, if you want to know more about hypnotherapy or have any questions about hypnotherapy, or maybe if I can help you or serve you in any way in letting go of your problems, I would be delighted in doing so. So thank you so much. I'm sorry, Hemaji, I don't know about this technical trouble, the Facebook trouble that has given and that has led you off from the screen. It's not a nice experience to me be alone on the screen, especially on the wholesome Wednesdays. I like to see two faces together every week. So I apologize for these technical difficulties, but definitely stay tuned with more wholesome Wednesday sessions with our lovely Hemaji from her side. And from my side, thank you very much for having me and keeping me focused and engaged and aware with your thoughts and feedback. And I would surely speak to you all again. Thank you, Dipti, for joining, and take care all. Bye bye. Thank you, Hemaji. Don't worry about technology. Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Good night.